By striking this cobble of obsidian with another stone, I've created a piece that has a sharp edge. In fact, this piece of stone, called a flake, has the sharpest edge known to mankind. This is the manner in which people in the prehistoric past created cutting tools and implements. This is flint-knapping. Flint-knapping can be used to produce simple tools like this flake, which only takes seconds to produce, or complex tools like the spear point or knife blade, which requires the removal of multiple flakes and can take up to hours to make.
Flint-knapping is defined as the creation of stone tools from conchoidally fracturing rock by the process of lithic reduction. Conchoidally fracturing rock is any homogeneous, glass-like rock that produces cone fractures when force is applied to it. Flint-knapping is a reductive process, which means that you are losing mass every time you shave the stone from the flakes that you remove.
To remove a flake, I first must pick an edge that is below 90 degrees to strike. This edge will do fine. The face that I'm striking is called a platform. The face on which I intend to remove a flake should have a convex area or a ridge like this one does, which flakes like to follow naturally. So I have my platform, I have my tool, my hammerstone, and I'm going to strike it just above the edge on the face. Required a few taps to release, but in the end, I have a large flake. A large flake like this is called a spall. I do have one very sharp edge right here, so this could be used as a tool. However, a large piece like this is also very good for making other tools out of. When I strike a piece of stone, what's removed is a flake. The piece of stone itself is called a core and can be used to refer to any piece of stone from which flakes are struck. So what kinds of stone can be used for flint-knapping? Well, flint, obviously, is a very good material to make tools from. A similar stone called chert is also great and is much more available worldwide. Obsidian, or volcanic glass like I've been showing you, is also a great material for flint-knapping. In fact, it is much more homogeneous and creates a sharper edge than flint, although it is a bit more brittle and easy to break, therefore not as durable. A wide range of other stones can be used for flint-knapping. Some of these include agate, jasper, and chalcedony, fine-grained quartzite, petrified wood, and many more types of rock. There are three major techniques for reducing rock for flint-knapping. The first of these is direct percussion, where you strike the stone with your tool. Here are two direct percussion tools. First is a hammerstone from some very hard quartzite, and the second is a moose antler billet. Now with direct percussion you have hard percussion and soft percussion. So the difference is that one is made from inorganic stone, and the second is made from organics such as antler, but also bone, ivory, and wood. The difference between hard and soft percussion is how the stone responds to the tool that you're using to strike it with. And you need to prepare platforms differently depending on which percussion method you're using. The second method is indirect percussion, where you take a tool, you set it against the edge of the stone, but you strike that tool with another tool, such as an antler billet or hammerstone. This gives you more control than direct percussion, but you also have less force behind the tool, and you can usually remove only smaller flakes than you could with direct percussion. The third technique is called pressure flaking, where you take a tool and you set it against the edge of the stone and press in and down to release a flake. With pressure flaking, you're going to release a smaller flake than you could with indirect percussion or direct percussion. but you're going to have a lot more control over the piece, and this is very good for final shaping and sharpening of the tool that you're making. So there are three main categories of tools that can be made with Flintknapping. There are flake tools, which are flakes that are struck off from a core and haven't been modified. There are unifacial tools, which have been worked on one face of the tool by either direct percussion, indirect percussion, or pressure flaking, but the other face remains unworked. Therefore, unifacial, one face. The third category are bifacial tools, which are tools that are worked on both faces, therefore two faces. Bifacial tools. I hope this video has served as a good introduction to the art of Flintknapping. Make sure to check out my other videos to learn more about the Flintknapping process and see what can be made with them. I'm Silas Chapman from Pathways of the Past. I hope to see you guys next time.